imagine if he takes that win from George?
I'm Elle.
And I'm Pat, and we are Paddock 43.
And this is your F1 fix.
Happy Austria Grand Prix weekend.
Well, it's just been.
Yeah, it's just been.
It's now... I was thinking about it this morning. I was like, when was the Monaco Grand Prix? And I was like, oh, yeah.
Feels like a lifetime ago.
Feels like an absolute lifetime ago. I feel like so much has happened.
So much has happened.
But also nothing has happened. It's been one of those things. It's like we've just sort of moved on. I don't know if anyone else is feeling that in the F1 world at the moment, that things just like seem to just be dawdling and moving on. Like,
I think the biggest part of it is the fact that it took so long to get into the season, and then it's kind of like
stalling it.
And it's like, because there's been so many changes within like the regulations. Like, we really did go into this year thinking, oh, it's going to be a bit of a learning curve for everyone. Hello. And even like...
Sorry,
she knows.
Pat said hello to my dog who's trying to get Pat's attention.
She knows that I need love. It's been, even whoever wins the championship this year, obviously it's well deserved, but it's a bit of a like, not a full win of the championship because it's sort of just been a year of learnings.
Yeah, it's been a year of learnings, and as I think, I can't remember who actually said this, but obviously with qualifying, there was some situations which we'll discuss about the yellow flags, yes. But then there has been conversation now that like anytime someone like goes to the FIA to counter something, like that Mercedes keeps getting favoured, and they're like, the coin flips again on Mercedes.
Coin flips again.
So everyone's just sort of like, oh well, it's clearly just going to be a Mercedes, but we're still only like a third of the way into the season.
Yeah, well, I think we're officially a third now.
We're officially a third.
Officially a third, but then as well, we don't quite know if other races will be cancelled, which is the other.
Nah, I don't think anything else is going to be cancelled. Everything is fine. Merlin, get off the couch. No feet on the couch.
You can put your foot on this.
Sorry.
No, not on the couch.
Not on the couch, Merlin. If Tom saw this and saw that even your foot was on the couch, this is a very expensive couch.
He would not be happy.
I'm not happy.
Hey, did you see his name, Hio? Oh, his name has, it's out of my head, but obviously FP1, we had a lot of reserve drivers in. I think there was 6, and the reserve driver for Haas hit one of the pit crew. Yeah. One of the guys that was changing the tyre, he just hit him.
Oh my God, did you see that happen in NASCAR? No, you probably didn't see it because I don't think you followed NASCAR. Sorry, it's a very niche thing. But yeah, there is this clip going around at a NASCAR race. It must have been 2 or 3 weeks ago. And the driver comes into the pit lane and sends like 4 pit crew team members flying, a tyre flying. Like they all jump out of the way. Like it was... They come in fucking fast as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I think they
probably come in faster. It's a bit more chaotic.
Yeah.
A bit more hectic. Yeah.
I mean, it's not expected in regulated in F1.
Yeah, it's not expected in F1, but I was like, oh, he was fine, thankfully. Again, they're pretty slow.
What if that was your first time? I don't actually remember seeing that or hearing about that. But if that was his first time driving in like an F1 car in practice,
I think
that's what he's done.
I don't think it was his first time, but he so that happened. And then obviously quali, Max Verstappen crash.
Yeah. Look, I really thought it was going to be Max's weekend.
So did I.
I really was rooting for it. I mean, it's the Red Bull ring. I'm just kind of like, if there's anyone that's going to pull a rabbit hat out of the...
A rabbit out of the hat.
A trick out of the rabbit hat?
Although, yeah.
What he said. I thought it was going to be him. I mean, I know the car is complicated and it's hard to drive, but I just, I think in fact it was going to be him.
I think had the car performed better and had like you said, had the car been on their side, then absolutely. I watched the race this morning at 6 o'clock and I was watching it and I was like, gosh, Max could win, okay, and I really thought he would win. And I think that there was such a close gap between the top 3 that Max could have had it. Obviously, George won. For those that missed it, George won. But then I also did think that, because Max did crash in quali, and I was like, okay, maybe not. Like, the home race curse strikes again. The fact that he came second, obviously the home race did not strike, and
Well,
he did okay.
and then Ferrari tested out the engines
gosh.
or something. What did they test out again?
Oh
I'm
gosh.
having an absolute mental blank right now, and I don't want to look at my phone. But yeah, that was obviously not in their favour either.
No, the thing as well this weekend, which we knew was very hot in Austria.
Heatwave in Europe.
Heatwave in Europe.
Guys, I bought gumboots for the
Have you seen what's
weekend.
is it raining? Do you know if it's raining?
It's so hot.
Oh, really? Oh, that's good. You can wear your principal stuff.
Yeah, well, I've returned my gumboots.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't actually need it.
Yeah.
I was just traumatized from last time.
Yeah, are these the white pants? These are different white pants.
These are different white
pants.
pants. No, I've still got them. My silk white pants that I wore at
they were silk,
Silverstone.
yes.
And it was torrential rain and muddy at 8 degrees. And I ruined them. This time it will be
Nice and warm.
like 28 degrees.
Yeah, I'm so bummed.
Very dry because of the heat wave.
I've got my principal shorts that I haven't really been able to wear because I'm like, it's so cold here. So they would come in handy.
Yeah, wow. That's what I'll be wearing.
I'll wear them when I go away, though.
That's what I'll be wearing the whole time. Yeah, sorry, yeah. Very hot. Yeah.
Very hot in Europe, which that was like a big thing that the teams were looking at, and I think it just did not favour the Ferrari at all. They had like a lot of issues with their tyres. They ended up having to do a 3-stop and just put the softs on because they were having a lot of tyre degradation issues. And look, it could have been worse for them. I think we were all on this Lewis Hamilton high.
Yeah. I think we will be for a while though.
Yeah.
Even he was. Did you see his comments around how they were like, what did you do after you win? And he was like, I actually just went and sat on the couch and looked at what people were posting.
Oh,
and shared
that's
happy
so
stories.
beautiful. His
And it's
face.
like, oh, nice.
Meanwhile, Kimi would have just been like, discoteca, discoteca. It's so funny, so many things to say, but Kimi, bless his soul, watching him on the podium, and even like Peter woke up and he came out and he was watching the podium with me, and Peter's like, what's wrong with Kimi? I'm like, I think Kimi's obviously very young and he can't disguise things. And even like in the post, there was this clip that came up, the post-race interview. Who was doing the interview? Coulthard. Fabian Coulthard was doing the interview, and he was chatting to George.
Fabian Coulthard.
Not David Coulthard. David Coulthard.
Hi, Fabian.
Hey, Fabian. David Coulthard was doing the interview, and he was talking to George for he was talking to Max for ages. And at one point, Kimi went like, kind of turned around, like he's obviously such a Gen Zer that has zero attention span, where he like had to sort of walk off and then walk back on because he was just like, oh, I can't stand here waiting. But even on the podium when he got his trophy, he's like, I think he's just at that age where he's like, well, if I don't win, it's not exciting.
Well, I think also he was pissed off about what happened in quali because he may have been sitting on pole position that could have been his win if he didn't get his lap time deleted with the double yellow flag, which technically George should have had a double yellow flag, but he didn't. He got a single. So,
and then he actually,
I kind of get why you'd be pissed off.
But Kimi could have also won the race because Carlos Sainz had a yellow flag. There was a virtual safety car, and the way that Mercedes did the strategy, Kimi could have won. Granted, that would have been unfair. That would have been very unfair. Like, I think it was definitely in George's favour, and then George did win, thankfully for him. But yeah, I think he was just a bit like, not winning, not fun.
That's probably how every other like F1 driver feels.
But he can't disguise it. That's the thing.
No, he can't.
He can't disguise it. And like Max, I
think that's all we like though. Also about Kimi, and I think Lando probably actually gave a pathway for drivers to showcase emotion a bit more about being disappointed and sad. You know, Oscar plays on the fact he's even doing an ad with Google Pixel phones at the moment where they're like, Oscar, show us you're winning, and he's like, hey. But
that's just Oscar.
That's just Oscar. Yeah. And I think now Lando has sort of provided an opportunity to be like, we can show when you're pissed off, because if you're pissed off, you're pissed off.
Exactly.
Like, Max, we know when he gets pissed off because he'll just make comments, and that's Max. But
make his sly angry.
I don't know. I still think it humanizes the drivers. I really enjoy it. I kind of like that they can't show that emotion and hide it.
Same as George last week, 2 weeks ago in Barcelona. I remember he looked
so angry on the podium. And I forgot that what I said Monaco was last time, 2 weeks ago. No, it was
No.
Barcelona. It was
Barcelona.
I forgot about that. Wow, but everything seems so long ago.
Yeah.
No, oh my god, I lost my train of thought. I've lost my train of thought. Anyway, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Agreed.
I think it's fun, especially because the racing is not so exciting at the moment.
I thought it was a really exciting race. I think like
It's probably the
Austria.
only exciting race that we've had this year. So far.
Yeah, I think Austria was like a really good race. I think as well when I was watching, I was like, the thing that I love about Austria, it's just like real motorsport, like real racing. There's like not so much fanfare. Like it's just as in like, you know, with the American races, they put on this big show and it's just like, let's look at what's actually happening on track. I think there was a moment where I was like, and I was very tired this morning, but I was like, oh my God, this is incredible looking at Max and Lewis driving side by side and battling it out. And there was a moment they drove literally side by side for a good couple of seconds, which is obviously a long time in racing. And watching that, I think everyone just gasped because it was like so incredible to see the two of them side by side and like the rivalry that they have had. And there was like a lot of little moments where it made it incredible and really exciting racing. And I think Max, you know, on the topic of emotions, I think there was a part of Max that, you know, he was obviously upset that he didn't win, but he was also so happy because, you know, happy like with his fans. And I think that where he expected he would be versus where he ended up, the fact that he ended up second.
Well, I think overall he had a good race.
Yeah.
So I'm just digging at the bed there. Overall he had a good race. I think he couldn't fault it. I think that was pretty good considering how Red Bull's gone this year as well so far. It feels so long ago that we had the Max Verstappen domination era, and also to not see McLaren in the top three really at all. It's been quite wild. Austria did well, finishing fourth, but the whole situation is very interesting about what's happening with all the drivers and teams at the moment. I mean, Haas? Oh my God. Could Yuki be coming back to Haas?
I could see Yuki. Yuki taking. I don't think Esteban. I think we said this a couple of weeks ago. Esteban Ocon. Don't think he has much longer left.
It seems quite wild. I think there might be some driver swaps, and also Toto Wolff has confirmed that George and Kimi are staying with Mercedes next year to silence the communication that Max Verstappen could be going to Mercedes in 2027. But now the rumor mill is flying that Max Verstappen, Max Verstappen is having communication with McLaren, and that Oscar is having communication with Red Bull.
Straight swap, I can see that. But
it could be interesting. Imagine Mark Webber back.
Can we circle back?
Sorry, yes.
Haas, it just hit me.
Yeah.
They will go from the tallest team to like the biggest height discrepancy team. And they'll be like you and I. They'll literally be like you and I.
The social team will have so much fun.
Oh my gosh, the social team will have so much fun.
Will go nuts with that communication.
Ooh. Yeah. But yes, I think I can see that. I think that Oscar's pretty over it. And I think I can absolutely see him going to Red Bull. It's just whether Max goes or whether he retires. I don't know. Who knows? I do think that like this weekend has just proven, and we say this time again, how talented Max is as a driver, because like there's really not much
going on with the car.
No. So the fact that he can get that much out of the car is amazing. I
like Oscar at Red Bull. I think I want to see Oscar Piastri in a Red Bull car.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that could cause some serious domination and competition. Especially because the new rules have been confirmed and the new engines for next year and regulations. There's all this new jargon.
Regulation,
oh my God, it's so
exhausting.
Just exhausting. I'm like, just tell me when you're officially done with it and then I'll try and keep up, because it's really hard to keep up with what is happening.
Yeah, it's constant. Oh, sorry, Merlin's just distracted me. The constant changing. This season's just a bit all over the place. Interesting as well, though, because I was listening to some of the commentary and they were talking about Mercedes and the fact that, you know, obviously not last week, the week prior in Barcelona, Ferrari had upgrades. The upgrades did really well. We've seen a lot of teams bring upgrades and sort of testing the waters. Mercedes had brought one upgrade this weekend, but they've essentially brought almost nothing, which means by the end of the season, they're going to have a lot more money as opposed to the other teams. And like if Mercedes are already dominating right now, what's it going to be like at the end of the season?
Yeah, watching everyone else try new upgrades.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what is more beneficial? I obviously they know what they're doing. Is it more beneficial to sort of test the waters at the beginning, or? But then again, like every circuit requires something different. Interesting as well. I think we need to talk about going into Silverstone, and I know that you don't love George. Oh, there was a moment with George as well that kind of did make me roll my eyes a little bit in the cool down room. We always get really good.
Always rolls their eyes at him.
That's
what I'm saying.
We always get like really good nuggets of just moments in the cool down room, and they were talking about the water, the drink that they call it. And you know, Max Verstappen was like, "Oh yeah, I had a bit, but you know, it's like tasted like tea." Tea.
I was going to say, did it taste like tea?
Yeah, because like electrolyte tea, and then the commentators were making a comment about it. But and then George, he's like, "Oh, well, yeah, my water didn't work, so I didn't have any." Like, kind of trying to be like, "Oh, well, I did the race and didn't even have a drink." And then Kimi Antonelli's like, "Yeah, mine didn't work either."
I say this. Why aren't you hydrating your drivers?
Yeah, with hot water.
Interesting.
Oh, imagine like the sweat, like they're sitting in it and it's warm, and then like you're already hot, and then you're drinking a hot electrolyte drink. Could be so gross. Especially electrolytes taste gross. But I do think
controversial.
You like electrolytes.
Sometimes enjoy.
Oh, yuck. Oh, that's disgusting.
I just realised that this mic isn't working, so if you didn't hear that, I said that I sometimes enjoy drinking warm beer.
Gross. the only times I will ever drink beer is if I'm boiling and it's like crisp, and I can understand
I love a good beer. That's going to be me at Goodwood next week. Not Goodwood next weekend. Silverstone next week. This weekend.
Coming weekend.
This weekend.
2 days. A day and a half.
It's this weekend. I keep saying next week. It is this weekend because I got used to saying next week. Wow. Who do you think's going to win? Because I'll be on the track, so might have to find someone to, depends how I get out. The Monday, it's going to be absolute shambles trying to. Yeah. We've got to work that out. But if we don't speak, who do you think's going to win?
I think, well, what I was going to say is that I do think that George winning this weekend is very favourable for him. I think he needed that little pep in his step. And I know that I know that you don't really like this, but I want to keep things interesting, right? And the empath in me wants George to just get a home race win, because obviously we've seen Lewis win and it's beautiful to see, and then we've seen Lando win, and I think that having a home race win, like I really, you know, next year we're all going to be at Austria going, Oscar, like the empath in me goes, I want everyone to win their home race and to get that feeling, and whatever doesn't feel that. I just want George to win.
I'm an empath, but I don't want that. I think it's going to be Lando or Lewis winning.
Well, and then the Ferrari and Lewis lover in me goes, please, if it's not George, it has to be Lewis. It has to be Lewis.
I reckon it's Lewis or Lando.
But I can also, I don't know, as I'm saying this out loud, I can picture something happening with George where like the pressure will get to him and then he'll like crash or something. I can just see that happening. So I don't know. I think that's the case. I do think that, because I think that this is the sort of track that actually favours George as well. And I think this is the kind of track, and we said this last week, and that will favour the Mercedes and McLaren. Yeah, that's my take.
Well, time will tell.
Where are you going to be watching from?
Okay, so I am staying with a pop-up hotel that is something that started with Glastonbury, I believe. It started then last year, first time at Silverstone. It is in a track. So I'm actually going to be on, like, inside the track.
But what point in the track?
That's a very good question. I need to double check.
Okay.
I have forgotten that.
Is it on a corner or like?
I believe it is on. You're asking something that I cannot answer right now.
Okay.
That's what
Because I think
believe.
I've seen
And there's like
images of
yeah,
it.
you'll see photos of it. There's like a pool and a spa and stuff, and there is because I'll just be like in my bed, there's drinking champagne, watching, and I'll be like, do, 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 do. But I'll also be working. I've got the principal pop up, and then I'll be on at the start of the track. Like at the starting grid on Friday for practice. I'll be there with the Hilton Hotel doing things like that. So then on Saturday, Sunday, I'll be in a track. And I want to say it's not towards the finish. I can't even think about it. Silverstone is so big. I'm more thinking about how to get in right now.
She's having issues.
I'm having issues, guys, but you'll just have to anyway.
You get there.
I'll get there. But I'm excited.
I like to think that it's like Aussie. Not really, but like once you're in, and then it'll get sorted in there, and they'll help you sort it.
That's what way.
And Hayley will get there before, and Hayley's like,
yeah, Hayley's there 24 hours before me. Actually, no one is supposed to know that Hayley is coming. Oh, so if you just heard that, please keep that a secret. Because that'll ruin our social content.
Oh, yeah.
That's a secret between you guys and us. But yeah, that'll be fun. I'm very excited. I'll be gone for just under 3 weeks, which is really cool because I'm doing a bunch of different things. I've got a few factory tours coming up as well before I head to Goodwood Festival of Speed. It's going to be hectic. And I'm excited, and it's going to be non-stop. I think also if you follow me, sorry, but also fucking engage because I have over 33 pieces of content planned. And that's just planned at the moment. And I'm away for a total of 18 days.
Maximize your playing time where you're
So I'll apologise if I spam everyone. I think I'm just going to have to distribute across 3 different accounts. Be like, this goes on Paddock, this goes on mine, this goes on Principal.
No, it'll be good. It'll be worth it.
Yeah. So very, very keen for that. But yeah, we should probably wrap this up here because...
Wait, what are your predictions?
I said I want Lando Norris to win. Yeah.
Not George?
No.
What about Kimi? How do you think Kimi will go?
Kimi will podium. Kimi will podium. He'll probably win.
Depends,
let's be honest. But
imagine if he takes that win from George. Right, George.
Yeah.
I'm scared. I'm scared for George. He will literally be Regina George. The meme of Regina George.
I fear for the team at Mercedes if Kimi wins the Silverstone Grand Prix and George doesn't. That will
be carnage.
George.
It'll be carnage. But anyway, let's hope that doesn't happen. Green flag, red flag?
Red. I'm going to start with my red flag, and I mean, I know what yours is, so my red flag is very, very different. I just dropped off the Denza B5 back to BYD this morning, and I was actually really sad.
You enjoyed driving it?
I really enjoyed driving it. I have driven it a lot. I just drove it back from Sydney on Friday, I think it was. I have done a lot of Ks in that car, and I have thoroughly enjoyed it. What we did to it, it needed those changes. It did need those changes. But boy, it was good. So that was kind of sad because then I was trying to talk to Tom on the weekend about being like, should we buy it? We're thinking about it because even he was like, and then anyone that drove it over the weekend was like, this is really good. And I was like, I know. So I think it's going to go up for sale soon. So I don't know what we're going to do. It does look very, very cool. Just doesn't fit in car parks, which is just a bit of a nightmare. And then green flag. I'm going to the UK this week. And I'm hoping I get to meet Jeremy Clarkson.
Oh my God, that'll be so cool.
I'm staying right near his farm, coincidentally, after the F1, and I have lunch with his pub booked. I'm going to go to his Sedley Squats, and I'm just, And then I also have another little announcement, which is happening soon.
Not pregnant.
Not pregnant, no. Everyone stop asking. Okay, what about you?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about your red flag?
I'll just say it quickly.
Just say it quickly. But what Pat's going to talk about is afterwards, you hear it. we'll pop the links in the bio. So then if you want to participate, you can.
Yes. For those that have missed it, obviously I don't want to cry. There were 2 massive earthquakes in Venezuela, and what has happened is completely fucked. There are over 300 buildings that have completely collapsed, and there are people trapped inside these buildings. And there are almost 70,000 people missing in Venezuela, and as much as I'm here and I'm talking about F1, my mind is completely there. And I know that natural disasters happen all the time, but this is something that I think the Venezuelan community just feels very hopeless right now, and I just feel sick, and it's like very hard to function through life right now thinking about that. And I think it's a really hard thing for a lot of people that haven't gone through. I think the Venezuelan community suffers so much, and this is just this whole other thing. And to like put this there, everyone is directly affected. Like my uncle has lost his house. Well, he had to be evacuated. Thankfully, like health wise, all my family is okay. But you're just constantly seeing these images, and everyone knows someone that is directly affected. And yeah, I think just the thought of people being trapped under rubble and like not being able to be evacuated is really fucked. So that's my red flag. But anyway, I do have a bunch of links if people can donate. Even if you can just share, even if it's like $5, like literally $5. But next weekend, there's like the Venezuelan Association. We're just trying to figure out what exactly we're doing, because it's like hard from Australia because everything's so far. It's not really, there's no point in sending food or anything like that. And I think at the moment it's just like manpower what they need, and different things. So it's easiest just to donate money, and then next week, and I'll probably post some more things about it. But that is my red flag. Yes, it's very hard to kind of show up, even like with, trying to parent, and like it's so hard because I'm so thankful for what I have. But then you're like, oh, there's people that have lost their children, or there's children that are orphans now, and there's a big issue with now children being trafficked. It's very hard to imagine. So anyway, that's my red flag. I guess my green flag is just being thankful for what we have, and I just like want everyone to just be grateful with what they have. And even if you can donate $5 or just like try and think about it in any way or capacity, and anyway.
So all the links will be in the description of this episode. If you do want to donate, it is it's goosebumps. It is chilling.
It's really easy. Like it literally, if you go on the link in my bio, and then we'll put it in the show notes. You literally just click it. Like you can do it from your phone and like with Apple Pay. Like one of them, I think there's a minimum, but with the other one, you can donate like literally $2.
Yeah, every bit makes a difference. But
we'll be back in your ears next week.
We'll be back in your ears.
F1's always a good distraction.
Yes. All right.
Also, shout out to Checo, because he put like Venezuela on his helmet and was like, this is for the people of Venezuela. Also, a lot of the soccer players that are like, donating. Neymar donated $250,000 USD, which is huge. It's huge, huge. So shout out to all the famous people that are doing stuff. But yeah. All right, guys. Bye. Also, sorry if the audio's not good.